Hi kids, this is Mr. D. I'm going to walk you through the process of designing and creating the artwork for your t-shirt. First thing you really want to do is go to YouTube, and I've got links in Classroom for you. And you want to go to YouTube and watch this video here. It actually shows a lot of the process of cutting, how we're going to cut your design out of vinyl, and the weeding process. That doesn't make any sense right now, but you'll watch the video and it'll make a lot more sense. Then you're going to watch this one. It shows how we will apply the vinyl to the t-shirt if you have chosen to do a two-color process or two-color artwork. And then you're going to design a t-shirt, put your design on it, and there's a form that you can print out that's in Classroom. Looks like this, okay? You'll just do your design right on here, and then show it to me, and so I can approve your design, make sure it's school appropriate, and it's going to work also. I need to make sure that it'll work. Then you're going to use Illustrator to create the artwork. And so there's a couple of things that are, well, there's a whole bunch of things that are very important I need to show you. First of all, when you're creating your artwork, make a new file, and make that file, go right up here and make that file 13 wide by 16 high. That is the maximum size that your artwork can be. Now, most of you aren't even big enough to have artwork on a t-shirt. Some of you are, but you can't go any wider than 13 or any longer than 16 inches. Inches, see? Inches right there, inches. Okay, so it'll look like this. And your artwork for your t-shirt can contain either text, words, okay, words of some kind, words, and or drawings that you make with the blob tool, okay? It can be just blob tool drawings, it can be just text, it can be text that's manipulated, it can be a combination of both, okay? And those are the tools that we're going to use, okay? Now, a lot of you are going to choose to have text, maybe some really cool saying, or whatever, a message, whatever you want to do. However, it can't be too complicated because you're going to have to weed it out. So this is too much text right here. Okay, this sort of thing. That's way too much. It'll take forever to cut on the plotter, and it will be just way too difficult to weed it all out. So something more along the lines of this, that would be a fine amount of text, around, less. It certainly can be less, maybe a hair more, but you have to weed it, and the plotter has to cut it, so that's something to really keep in mind. As you're working, you need to ask me as you go along, make sure it's okay. There's a couple of other things that are really important. If you have type in your design, you have to use the selection tool, click on the type, and then click on type, create outlines. You have to do this, okay? Also, you want to make sure there are no stray anchor points. A stray anchor point would be caused by something like this. You click to do some type, you delete the type, and then you leave it at that. And then you go back and you just continue to work. Now what happens is there's what I call a stray anchor point. And if you go to View, Outline, you'll see all the stray anchor points. That's a stray anchor point. We need to select it and delete it because the plotter, it will mess up the plotter if you have stray anchor points. So make sure you get rid of those. Also, make sure that your artwork is the exact size you want it to be on the shirt. So, take a ruler out of the ruler drawer and measure yourself wherever the artwork's going to be and make it that size. How do you make it that size? Well, you go to View, Rulers, Show Rulers. You see how it's 13 inches across here? Right. So if you want it to be 10 inches, let's say, you could take the selection tool, surround everything, move it over all the way to the left, and then see how you can go out right here. And you see at the top, okay, that's 10 inches right there. So I'm going to have to make that smaller, right? So you grab everything, hold the Shift key down so that it constrains proportions, and then make it 10 inches. So now the edge is right at 10 inches. Make it the exact right size that you want it to be, because I'm going to cut this exactly how you send it to me, how you give it to me. I'm not going to change the size at all, so you have to have it the exact size you want. Also, before you turn it in, you need to reverse the image. So select everything again, then go to this tool right here. It's probably hiding under the rotate tool. So hold down the rotate tool, select the reflect tool, double click the tool, and then vertical is fine. Click OK, and it reverses the image. That you have to do that, or it'll mess the whole thing up. If you have created a two-color design, for instance, let's say this is going to be, red. Let's double click that. Let's make this just red. Got a red. And it only needs to be red just so you know. You need to put it on red here so that you know it's red. Okay. If that's going to be red and everything else is going to be black, what you need to do is create the artwork just like this in one file. Then what you'll do is go up to File, Save As. Okay. And then you will name your file your name. So your name, and then black, because that's one of the colors you're going to use. And you're going to have to follow with me here. Okay, now, we'll say that is your name black, and we'll say Save As, okay? But really, we want to get rid of this. Now we want to get rid of this. It's the right size and everything. Let's delete the red. Go back up here. Let's save this again. So let's just save this file again. It's called Your Name Black. So now it's correct. Your Name Black. Now, Command Z will bring back the red. Then delete the black. File, Save As, and this will be Your Name Red, because that's the name, or that's the color of vinyl that you want me to cut. Okay? Your Name Red. Here we go. Now we have two files, Your Name Black, Your Name Red. Obviously, if you only have one color, it'll just be your name and then the name of that color. Then turn the file or the files into Google Classroom, and they just need to be regular Illustrator files, .ai files. Then we will cut your design on the plotter and put it on the t-shirt. Now, you can put this design on your tie-dyed shirt, or you can bring in your own t-shirt and we'll put the design on that, or both. And you can get t-shirts at Target, Walmart, Fred Meyer, Amazon, many places. You won't need to turn the t-shirt in, just wear it. And then when you wash it inside out in cold water. But the vinyl will stay on there really, really well. Okay? And that's it. Have fun and be really creative.